Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farm, and today I'm going to do some firewood work, and this will be my first time really working with the new splitter. I've used it 2 other times, but very briefly. And I've also got a couple of other new tools I want to show you guys that are reasonably affordable and I think are going to make my work out here a little bit easier. So the first thing I need to do is re-split the wood in this tote. It's all split really big for outdoor wood burning, and I wouldn't have to re-split it, I could leave it, but it's not stacked, it's just loose thrown in there, and I want all my totes stacked so that they're measurable and sellable. That way also, because I don't have an unlimited number of totes, I can maximize the amount of wood that I can neatly store. That's junk. Every product I show in this video and most of my other videos I'll have links to in the description, because if you guys order through my links it helps me out. So I'm always going to try to provide those. That includes basic stuff like safety gear and chaps. I usually wear a helmet, but this time I'm going safety glasses and the just over the ear protection. 2 of these products I've shown before and it's just been a while, and the third one's brand new. But the second 2 products I've actually got a discount code for. This one I don't. This I've had forever, and I actually ran over it and broke it, and I taped it back together and I'm still using it. This is called AccuMark. It's a simple tool for measuring your firewood into 16-inch lengths. You got to measure it somehow, Some people just reference off their bar, which is a lot easier if you're using an 18 or a 20 inch. I use longer bars. It's a little bit harder to reference off that. Some people go down and put a tape measure on it and mark it with paint or chalk or something. I like scoring it with this. It's got a magnet on the end. I can store it on my tractor or on the splitter. So that's our first product, and I'm going to use it to cut this log. 90% of the time, my go-to saw is the 500i with a 25-inch bar. Just been a phenomenal saw for me. I use it for everything, and the longer bar means I can split rounds up without bending down. Now sometimes I'll pick them up with the grapple, but I only like switching so much back and forth between the grapple and the pallet forks, and I'm using the pallet forks to move the totes around. So our next product I've actually had for a while and shown before. It's called a Logox 3-in-1 forestry tool. In the past, when I reviewed this as a cant hook, I said it needed to be longer because I was dealing with long logs. But Logox heard that and made a longer handle for it. But today, we're not primarily using it as a cant hook. We're going to use it as a hauler and a pickaroon and a log lift. Not a log lift, like a log jack for cutting. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook onto it like a cant hook, roll it back, and let this foot hold the log up in the air to make my cuts. So that is one of the 4 ways that this tool can be used. Second way, we pull 2 pins out right here, take the foot off, pull another pin and take the handle off. Now, as far as switching this back and forth, you don't want to do it. You don't want to switch this every log. What you want to do is cut a whole bunch of logs into rounds using the jack and then switch to your other tool. But I'm just trying to demonstrate it right now. Once we take those 2 pieces off, we have what they call the Logox hauler. I'm just genuinely curious. Is this a better way to carry your firewood rounds than bending down and picking them up by hand? I'm pretty sure that anything that prevents you from bending at the back, which you can bend at your knees, but anything that prevents you from bending and using poor lifting technique is a good thing. So this tool, when you take the other pieces off of it, is designed to grab around like this. See, I'm still standing up, and move it. I didn't get a very good grip on that one. All right. So now I can carry this, and it's a heavy round. It's pretty good size, but it's easier on my back, hopefully, than bending down. Now, for a lot of people that I see using this, they're using this to lift it all the way onto their table. So you get it over here, and if you have a table with, or if you have a log splitter without a hydraulic lift, you're getting two hands on this and lifting it like that. And that, you do that a couple hundred times, and I think your back will appreciate the difference. For me personally, I do have a hydraulic log lift. So I'm going to convert this. Well, actually this stays like it is. I'm going to use the other tool that comes along with this. When you take the handle out of the hauler, you can attach this head right here, and you've got a pickaroon. So now for me, the question is, since I do have a hydraulic log lift, is this easier than the hauler? Once again, I'm not having to bend down. Stab it in and roll it on there. So it's probably going to depend on what you're doing, what kind of splitter you have. You know, do you have a lift? How big are your rounds? Are you trying to move some logs, or is it all rounds? So it's going to depend on your situation, which is more convenient, the pickaroon or the hauler. But both work. Well, my day just took a turn for the worse. So my daughter pulls in the house. She was at cheerleading. She's got a, I don't know, like a competitive cheerleading team, and she pulls in the driveway and she comes walking down here kind of in a hurry, and she says, my car is smoking. Oh gosh. So I go up there, and there's, where she had stopped to open the garage door, there's a big pile of antifreeze. And I've reached up behind there, and I'm pretty sure I've found where it's leaking. And it's not like a head gasket or anything. It's just going to be really hard to get to. So I'm going to spend the rest of my day trying to figure out if I can get that apart and get it fixed. But that's just real life. Like, I didn't have to tell that story. But what I hear about this YouTube thing is people like it when you're real, and I'm being real. So I was planning to do one full cord today. A cord is a good day for me if I get out a cord. But we've done 1/3 of a cord. I'm going to show you this final tool, wrap the video up, and then go work on my daughter's car. And here we have it. Now, this is not specifically a firewood tool. I've wanted one of these for a long time, and as you can see probably just from looking at it, this is a trailer mover. And it's a really nice one. And they're handy for moving your trailers around so you can mow. Now, I wanted one for that, but I didn't really pull the trigger on it. I have other ways to move a trailer, but none of them are that convenient. And then I got the sawmill and ran into the problem of having a hard time getting it into my building because you have to jackknife it in so hard. And I thought this trailer mover would be the perfect solution for getting my sawmill into the Quonset hut and moved into position. So I got it ordered, and then I got the splitter. And this is going to be fantastic for the wood splitter. You guys saw me bring the splitter down here using a ball on the back of my weight bracket on the 3-point of the tractor. And, you know, I've got that, and I've got a ball on one of my buckets for the tractor. But the problem is, like right now, I'm using the pallet forks. Sometimes I'm using the grapple. Neither one of those has a ball on it, and I could adapt it and find ways. But for me, like, I may not even have the tractor down here, or whatever the case may be. It's really convenient to be able to move the splitter even like 5 feet to where it needs to be. So let's see how well this works for moving the splitter. So this sets really low, and I could raise the splitter to match it, but instead I'm going to see if it'll just tip up like this. Oh yeah, that's nice and easy. Not too bad. I left it turned this way because I'm going to take it all the way up in the shed, and I've already got the ball on the tractor, so I might as well use it. Things I like about this is the swivel front wheel. Makes it really easy to steer. It's got a pin in here that gives you a lot of adjustability on the height. I don't think I'll have a trailer that sits this high. It also came with a receiver that you can put on the end of this instead of the handle. I don't really know why you would need to do that, but it came with it. Anyway, this seems like it's really going to come in handy. And it was a good day to get out and split a little bit of firewood, try out my routine and how I'm going to do things down here. I appreciate you guys taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.